Hello, and welcome to The Cultural Explorer. In this video, I'll be discussing 5 lessons from Machiavelli to help you attain the power of wisdom. For those of you who may not know, Machiavelli is the author of the masterpiece, The Prince. It's a book that lists various insights on how an individual can attain power, and more importantly, how to maintain it. So, with these lessons I'm about to share, if you learn from them, you'll have the chance to not only make your mark in the world, but also sustain that wisdom and influence. So, let's get right into it. When a person avoids or ignores competition, they create accommodation and passivity, qualities that will soon compel them into submission. If you don't compete with those around you, you'll become someone submissive with nothing to call your own. You know, I don't know if you've realized, but the world is a place for the few. Thousands will fall into failure or lead ordinary lives, and only the chosen few will truly savor what the world has to offer, something authentic. However, in order for you to be among the privileged, it's necessary that you never stop. You can never settle for what you have until you've truly achieved the essentials for a remarkable life. After all, it's pointless to work hard to get into a university and then relax when you get there. If you do that, you won't make the most of the education you receive at that institution, and your chances of success afterward are likely to diminish. That's why you need to understand that you must always strive to surpass others and yourself, achieving more than you expected and producing more than you thought you were capable of. Because if you stay in the realm of normalcy, what's common, you won't develop, and you'll likely remain confined to the dominion of others. There is such a great distance between how one acts and how one should act that those who despise the real world to live in an imaginary world will find their ruin before their salvation. To attain wisdom, you need to stop living in your imagination. You must consider only what is real, concrete, and grounded, something you can truly use on your journey. So, don't hold on too tightly to idealizations. Even if you believe you're doing the right thing, always have doubts. You can't trust your mind completely. That productive-looking attitude you think you have might actually be hindering you. Therefore, a wise individual is always vigilant. They continually analyze their thoughts and actions to diagnose whether they are in touch with reality or merely following their fantasies. After all, if you base your decisions on illusions, you'll only end up at the abyss and not at the top. So, always engage in self-reflection, not in a paranoid way, but in a manner that prevents your imagination from holding you back. In human nature, there are many traits that may initially appear as flaws, but upon closer examination, reveal themselves as virtues. Conversely, there are traits that may seem like virtues, yet when applied at the right time, reveal their flaws. Understand that to attain wisdom, you must reflect through complexity and not in a superficial manner. In other words, you need to realize that nothing that appears to be is a guarantee that it truly is. You can't cling to appearances or shallow analyses. You must delve deep into that knowledge to truly understand it. So, never look at someone's ability and immediately conclude that it's a virtue, and never judge another's flaw to the point of believing it will only lead to their ruin. After all, there have been numerous individuals in history who were patient and tolerant, and it led to their downfall, just as others who seemed careless turned out to be incredibly courageous, conquering vast territories and power. Therefore, to attain wisdom, never cling to common sense, never analyze just the appearances, analyze the whole, because there are always hidden details that can change the entire situation. If chance determines half of our actions, we still have the other half to control. The wise understand that they cannot control everything because In our world, there are various possibilities, and you won't always be able to ensure the one that favors you the most. Sometimes difficulties will arise even when you do everything right, and in such cases, you need to improvise. Similarly, there will be times when you're in a tough situation and unexpectedly, good things will happen, surprising you. So understand as a wise person that you don't control everything, and therefore, you shouldn't get overly emotional when things happen that you didn't expect, even if it's something good. In a positive situation where an opportunity arises, you can't spend too much time celebrating or being excessively joyful, because you now need to seize the opportunity, and that requires preparation and discipline. Therefore, understand that despite the element of chance, you always, without exception, need to control the situation afterward. It's how you act in the face of life's surprises that will define your success. The reputation of being generous can be a positive factor. However, the behavior that earns you that reputation can bring you significant problems. This is a controversial attitude that, unfortunately, many do not understand, as they define it as immoral. However, for one to be truly wise, they need to help only those whom they genuinely recognize as deserving, and avoid helping others. And when I say help, I'm not referring to giving a glass of water or food to someone in need. You should provide these for almost any person in need because it's a human duty. However, it's necessary to exercise caution when it comes to more complex forms of assistance, such as in work, studies, or the personal development of other individuals. After all, if you help certain people too much, you may run out of opportunities. And worse, these individuals might take advantage of your generosity, wanting to drain everything you have to offer them, and then seeking help from someone else, leaving you with nothing. In some cases, the person you genuinely tried to help might take your place without hesitation. So analyze carefully those who seek your assistance, because if you extend your hand to everyone, you'll soon find that your hand will rot. So, stay sharp. Well, what are your thoughts on the subject? Comment down below so we can discuss it. If you enjoyed the video, give a like. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you next time.